evening, everybody. Don't applaud now, you're setting a high bar. Whoops. Before we officially begin, Public Safety wants me to remind everybody there's 2 exits at the rear of the auditorium. There's an exit to my left, and there are 2 exits if you're in the upper level behind you. If we need to evacuate for some reason, we will convene out on the green. But it's a great pleasure to welcome you here to Seton Hall. My name's Chris Hannafin. I'm the program director here. And this, I think, is the biggest white coat ceremony we've ever had so far. So thank you all for coming. And as you're well aware, this event represents the culmination of a lot of hard work on the part of our students. You, their loved ones, have probably seen it even a little bit more than we have, as their faculty have seen it. And none of them probably could have achieved what they achieved without the support of all you folks in the background helping them get through the past year and a half of the work. So we know the intensity of what they have to do takes a toll on their time with you and their relationship with you. So we thank you for helping and supporting them. And we hope you really get some time over the holidays to rest and relax and reconnect a little bit. There are currently around 330 PA programs in the country, and right now U.S. News and World Report has us ranked around number 14. So that's good. We can brag over that, certainly. And there's a lot of things, obviously, that contribute to a great PA program. And you go to conferences and you hear faculty talk about their research is great or their facilities are great. And whenever they ask me what the best thing about our program is, I know it sounds kind of corny. I mentioned this during our admissions process. I say, really, it's our students. And we're very fortunate in the type of students we attract. We're proud to have them here. You guys are the public face of our program, even especially more now that you're going out in the clinical facilities. But nobody out there knows I exist. So what Seton Hall's reputation, what that comes to is what you do over the next year and a half out in the clinical setting and what you do as alumni out there. So we're very proud of you on behalf of everybody. Great work getting here so far. Each year we like to begin our white coat ceremony with an invocation. We ask our Creator to look after you folks as you undertake the next year and a half of your education. And would you believe last year we couldn't find a priest? Archdiocesan University, we couldn't get anybody to come over. So this year we completely outdid ourselves and we booked Seton Hall's Vice President of Mission and Ministry, Father Colin Kay. And he emails me this morning. He went to see his 95-year-old aunt in Ireland and got stuck in the airport, and he's somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean right now. So now we're 2 years running in a row with no priests. So I will have to do this again. I'll warn you, I'm a big sinner. The faculty are worse. I did go to confession last Sunday, so this is about the best you'll get. And in defense of my resume, I was the angel Gabriel in 1979. For the St. Philomena Christmas pageant. So I told that to Father Colin, and he deputized me via email somewhere between here and Dublin. So Heavenly Father, Scripture teaches compassion toward the sick and frail, and we therefore know that medical ministry is pleasing in your sight. Further, we earnestly believe that it is you who have chosen us for this ministry of healing. We come now to your presence to seek your grace, so that we may competently conduct ourselves in this ministry and that our work may be acceptable to you. Lord, you entrust our students with a great responsibility to show love and to safeguard the lives of those who come to them seeking assistance. You are the Creator and nothing is hidden from you. Fill these students with your divine love and wisdom, which alone will enable them to best serve your people. We commit into your gracious hands the medical ministry our students go forth to perform next month. Let your healing hand come upon all who come to them. Grant to them compassionate hearts that would consider their patients' illnesses as their own, and which treats colleagues and subordinates with respect and kindness. Instill our students with wisdom, guide their hands with skill, and place into their hearts a spirit of humility. Lead them to be swift in your service, and let your presence be with them in all that they do. We ask this as we ask for all things in the name of your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the Holy Spirit forever and ever. Speaking of big sinners, we have a member of the administration here that would like to greet you. It's my pleasure to welcome our interim dean, Dr. Vikram Dayalu.
Oh my gosh, that's a tough act to follow, but I'll try. What a milestone moment this is. I know as students, your first milestone was get to grad school, get to PA school, check. You're here thanks to the amazing faculty. You've done all of the things that you needed to do to make sure that you're ready for the next milestone. So this is what I want to say about the next 18 months that you're going to start out January 5th. Yeah. As you go through these 18 months, sure, you've got a whole plan of action in place, things that you want to work on, the knowledge and skills and competencies that you want to work towards, learn all of the things that you have learned in PA school and then apply it as you work your way through rotation after rotation. And I'm sure you'll be super successful through this process. That much we're certain. But as you go through this process, make sure you don't forget yourselves in this entire journey that you have. Making sure that you allocate some time for yourself, understanding why you got into this the first place. And it's that compassion and service that's central to who you are as an individual. That's central to who we are as an institution. That's something that motivates me, that drives me as I come to work every day. I'm sure you'd want to find what it is that motivates you so that the day you graduate, you're in a position to be a resilient clinician 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. So while you take all the time and efforts to understand the technicalities of medicine and patient care, make sure you put in the time and effort to understand what drives you as individuals, what's going to keep you in this profession. You put in a lot of time and effort to be in the seats that you're in here. We want to make sure that you're in the profession 15, 20 years from now, because gosh, when I need help, I need a PA, Seton Hall PA student, not student at that point, a clinician to be supporting and serving. So with that said, my very best to you as you go through this important journey. Looking forward to seeing you all at the next milestone, which is graduation in May of? Excellent. All the very best. Have a fantastic time today. Enjoy the time with your friends and colleagues and families. Thank you so much for entrusting the professional journeys of your loved ones here. I think our faculty have done a fantastic job with you, and we're here to make sure that you are as successful as you've been in this first phase of your journey. So all the very best. Congratulations, and go Pirates.
Like any good clinician or educator, I really try and take every opportunity I can to heap abuse and scorn on administrators. But Dr. D unfortunately makes that pretty hard. We're very lucky in the admin we have. It strikes me, administration's a little bit like breathing. When it's going well, you never notice it, and when it's going bad, it's really apparent something's really going badly, so.
That just made my day and my year.
But he's a nice guy. If you see him in the hall, stop and let him know how things are going. Otherwise, officially, yeah, you'll see him when he's handing you a diploma in about a year and a half. Let me introduce the rest of our crew we have here. I only really have a couple of chances a year to publicly acknowledge the faculty we have. That's the other big strength. In addition to our students, it's the people in our program, it's the faculty. We have a really good team here. A lot of PA programs really struggle to get a good team together and keep it together. These folks are skilled. Their skills intermesh with each other very well. We have a lot of longevity with our faculty. A lot of programs struggle with a lot of faculty turnover, so we've really got a good crew in place. And the longest serving member of our crew is Joanne Cadella. So Joanne's our department's administrative assistant. She's generally the first point of contact a student will run into when they contact Seton Hall and say, hey, I'm interested in applying, or when they're coming for interviews. And a lot of them, when I say, well, what made you come here? They say it was the nice, hospitable greeting we got when we came to Seton Hall. So we appreciate that deeply. We have, if you haven't noticed, your students' social lives have been horribly constricted over about the past semester. For that, you can thank Dr. Jurga Marshall and Professor Tiffany Fiore. So I'm sure you heard about this course they just completed to get here tonight. It was basically a crash course in all of medicine. Pretty much anybody with some kind of ologist name after their name, they brought in 50 or 60 people, and guest lecturers. There were probably even a couple geologists snuck in there by the time the semester was over. But they put together a very complicated course, the two of them, to help make sure students are really well prepared for rotation. So thanks, Professor Fiore and Dr. Marshall. Our Clin Ed team consists of Professors Kimberly Ann Miller, Daniel Walsh, and Dr. Vanessa Rodriguez. So this semester, about every 4 weeks, they're going to be moving 140 students between several hundred clinical rotations, and I frankly don't know how they do it, and I'm glad I don't have to worry about it because it's in very capable hands. So thank you to our clinical team. Amy Gotosh is over there. She oversees our research curriculum. So she'll be working monthly with our students, and more than monthly, seeing them monthly as they approach graduation to get a research project together. And that's one thing that really makes our program distinct from a lot of other programs. We actually ask our students to come up with a research question and execute a project and draw some conclusions. So thanks for all your hard work there. We have our first-year drill instructor team. There's Doctors Abby Saunders and Michelle McWeeny. So if you had the misfortune to have your student living with you at home, they probably poked you in the belly and popped you in the eardrum with an ear scope and an eye scope, and you were poked and prodded all over the place. You have these ladies primarily to thank for that. And the third member of the triumvirate of that team is Dr. Christine Fernandez. And Dr. Fernandez is also our program's medical director and would like to share a few words.
All right, hello, welcome. I'd like to say hi to the family and friends and students and let you know I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to be here at this occasion. I am the medical director. I'm an emergency medicine physician by trade. I've been with Seton Hall for 9 years, and I enjoy my time with all of you. Along with the faculty, we work on the clinical skills, teaching clinical skills to our students from day one, doing simple tasks such as measuring blood pressure and listening to heart sounds, to the complex tasks of evaluating a patient with chest pain for HAPS. We help our students memorize review of systems, for example, to get to a point where they ask pertinent questions for a patient for any chief complaint. And we work with them to create their muscle memory on performing a full physical exam, to deciding which parts or which special tests will they use for a patient at hand. That's been the first half of your journey, right? And now you're ready for the second half of your journey. I encourage you to remain humble in your learning. And I consider myself a practical provider, and I have a few practical pearls for you as you start your clinical experience in a mere 2 weeks. So one, I encourage you to arrive on time. That means early, right? Early is on time, and there are lots of early people here. Seeing me prepare these gift bags that the faculty have prepped for you. So that's number one. Number 2 is bring at least 3 pens to your clinical shift. You'll likely lose one. You can lend one to your preceptor like myself who forgot one. And it's just always better to be prepared. 3, have a snack on you. You just don't know when there's going to be an emergency, right? The patients come first. And if there's a patient emergency, you may not have a chance to go get food. 4, when you are presenting your patients, remember to always include vitals. I've reminded you that, right? So I think it will stick this time. Remember to always include your vitals. It makes a difference in your patient's care. And lastly, you might know this one, wash in and wash out, right? Wash your hands before you see your patients. Wash your hands when you leave the room to help protect yourself and the next people that you're seeing. And with that, congratulations, and I look forward to the rest.
In addition to our core program faculty, we get help from a lot of people in the School of Health and Medical Sciences. And one of our challenges is to make sure you guys aren't only turning out to be smart, but you're also turning into decent human beings. And one person who plays a big role in that is our Director of Clinical Simulation, Jennifer McCarthy, who wanted to say a few words.
Hi, everybody. It's an honor to be here this evening. I want to thank Dr. Hanafin for asking me to be inspirational, big shoes to fill on a night that already has so much inspiration. And to my colleagues, the PA faculty, for allowing me the best seat in the house, the front row, where I get to watch all of you transform over our simulations together. They've bought into this idea of healthcare simulation, and I have the honor of being the director of the program across all of our programming, but the PA program happens to utilize simulation the most, and I happen to sit 2 doors down from Dr. Hanafin, so it's very near and dear to my heart. For the people in the audience that don't understand what the word simulation means, it's a place where the faculty and I build experiences that mimic reality. It's the place to practice before clinical practice. It's the safe place where we can error, we can grow, and we can learn. And these simulations actually are about the clinical skills that Dr. Fernandez spoke about, but also about communication and connecting with our patients. And students, tonight, you finally get to don the white coat that you have so revered having on your shoulders. And in healthcare, we all know that coat designates that you're a decision maker, that you are a person of importance in the care planning. But I want to remind you that that patient sees this white coat as an invitation, and it's an invitation for you to make a difference in their lives. And the invitation's not available to most everybody in our society. So my hope is every time you don your white coat, that it is a reminder for you to always put that patient first, for not just your clinical rotations, but for the rest of your time as a PA clinician. And you'll be wearing that coat in moments of great joy and celebration, and I'm here to tell you, you will also be donning that coat in times of sorrow and probably deep reflection. But no matter the moment, remember, the white coat is that invitation to connect with your patient and their family and always seeing things through their perspective. You listened and I felt heard. You showed me empathy when I shared my story. You didn't judge me when you were asking me what was bothering me. You are kind and you collaborated with me. You found my symptoms and informed me of the next steps, actually asking, do you have any questions? So you knew I understood. You give me faith, for you are the future of healthcare. These are statements that you've already earned. You earned them in simulation. They came from our standardized patients that you've been treating on the feedback forms that you may have read or maybe hadn't. But I'm super proud of you for them because it's pretty remarkable. You had an invitation in a mimicked environment and you did it well. So on behalf of all your future patients, I urge you to carry forward wearing that white coat as a sign of your humility for the role that you are going to have in healthcare, the curiosity for lifelong learning, and for remembering it takes tenacity to always respond to that invitation. Many blessings from the bottom of my heart, best wishes as you move forward, and I'm gonna miss seeing you on campus as much as I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate that. And just like every other aspect at Seton Hall, we have a fantastic simulation facility. The technology in there is off the wall, the stuff we can do, but it's really the people that are the most important part. And Jennifer oversees a team of, 40, 50, something standardized patients who really are able to give students good feedback, and a lot of them are people that had maybe a personal medical misadventure or something happened in the family. They feel very strongly about educating students, so take to heart what they said as you went through the years with them. So now I'm supposed to say something, I guess. I didn't want to. The faculty were like, you have to say something. I was like, it's just making the night longer. They said, well, you have to say something smart. And I said, that's interesting. I've never done that before, so we'll take a stab at it. So I looked through like 2,000 years of wisdom literature and Holy Scripture to try and find something wise to say. And I wound up being a little bit more recent than that. I went back past your parents, probably more to your grandparents' years, but I came across John Wayne. Let's see if this works. So I thought that pretty much encapsulates how you're going to feel on your first clinical rotation when you walk in. And just to be clear, you're the kid with the fishing pole, right? John Wayne is usually the role of a surgeon or somebody like that. The good news is, spoiler, the kid doesn't drown, he's okay. The bad news is you'll feel like this probably also on your second rotation, and maybe next year, and when you get your first job, and when you get married and buy a house and have a kid. So when you're feeling like you're treading water all the time, how do you handle it? When you thought about going into medicine, I presume you were a little kid at some point and said, I want to do something in medicine, and you thought about all these great things you're going to do after you get out there and get licensed. You're going to run codes and help take care of cancer patients and cure terrible infectious diseases, and that's all stuff you're going to do. The thing I encourage you to do, though, is don't think about after graduation. You have to entertain yourself for the next 18 months. So how are you going to handle that? What are you going to do until that comes? So when you feel like you're barely treading water, how do you handle your day-to-day activities? So Jesus is always a good place to turn, especially at a Catholic school. He was sitting around with his disciples one day, and they said, "Teacher, teach us how to pray." And in the Christian tradition, if you want to know how to pray, this is certainly the person to ask. This is heaven come to earth. So he gave us the prayer, the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father. Even if you're not Christian, I presume you've heard chunks of it. And there's a lot of important lines in there. One that you'll come across over the next year and a half is, forgive us our trespasses. The ABCs of medicine you thought were airway, breathing, and circulation, they're actually assess, blame, and criticize. So you will find the staff will be very happy to let you know when you do something that they don't like. I remember, I think I told some of you when we were scrubbing for surgery, on my surgery rotation, I was moving around the operating room, and I stepped over something that one is never supposed to step over. And I'm a person that's fairly skilled in the art of foul language, but this woman that was running this thing let loose a couple of sentences, the likes of which I've never seen in real life, read in literature, or could have conjured in like the darkest recesses of my mind. And now I'm standing over this thing and I'm picking up this foot and she's like, "Don't do that, please," in different language. And I'm like, okay, and I'm trying to pick up, I'm standing astride this thing. And she's like, "Don't step over that." And I'm like, that part of this adventure has already occurred. I'm trying to unstep over it. And I don't even really remember how I extricated myself, God's honest. I was thinking they were gonna have to bring in like, you know those things the ladies use in the Olympics gymnastics, like the bars they spin around on? I thought they were gonna have to bring them in to get me out of here, but. So you will do things very well. You'll do some things that don't necessarily go well all the time. Make sure you learn from both of those experiences, and sometimes you have to learn from people not so much the manner in which they're speaking to you, but you have to get the message they're trying to get across. Another line I think I frequently heard you using last year was "deliver us from evil." I have to stick something like this in every couple of years just to make sure she's paying attention. I can't even look over there. Is she looking at me? So inside joke to our guests, you saw these people grow up. There were a lot of things you had to make them do that either they didn't want to do or they were afraid to do or didn't think they could do. Things like toilet, train them and get them to eat broccoli and ride a bicycle. Our version of that here is our physiology class. So just remember to thank her when you see what that knowledge brings you over the course of your rotations. The line in here I really think is most important in your life over rotations really is "give us this day our daily bread." And I think the thing that really sticks out to me about this is it doesn't say, "God, give me all the bread I need the whole rest of my life." It's not even my weekly bread or my monthly bread. It's "give me my daily bread." Not everything I need forever, but just really what I need to do to get through today's work. So I'm not excusing you from like worrying about end of rotation exams and your research project and things like that. I'm telling you need to be organized like you've done to get to this point and figure out how to chop up this month or 2 months of rotation to make sure you get everything done. But your first day when you go in there and everything seems insurmountable, it's not. You know, you just really have to get through it a day at a time. And that's a notion that really crosses cultures. You've seen Thich Nhat Hanh's writings somewhere. If you haven't read his books, you've seen it on a subway or internet someplace. And he wrote a lot about kind of the Buddhist worldview and philosophy. And it's very much, we're here for this moment. You can learn from the past, but you can't change it. All you can really work with is this moment in time you're given here. So instead of thinking about what you're going to do after you graduate and you put your superhero cape on, you have to start thinking about, well, what are the things I can do basically on day one of rotation? So even if you feel you don't know an iota of medicine, you definitely do. You got through fundamentals of clinical medicine and physiology and pathophysiology. But even if you feel like you don't know an iota of medicine, you have this basically. So let this be your starting point. You have a really solid knowledge foundation, but Father Colin would have to back me up on this. I don't think anybody gets into heaven by being smart. And it doesn't necessarily make sure you're a good clinician just by being smart. And if you look at medicine or something like it's been around maybe 2,000 years, and usually top billing for the father of medicine is Hippocrates. And why he gets that billing is he's kind of the first person that said, people are getting sick from some kind of natural cause. It's not gods and goddesses like putting the hex on you. There's some scientifically reasonable thing we can discover that's causing people to become sick. So that started this long path you got to today. The problem with that path is, for about 90% of it, medicine looked like this. So this is the procedure you undergo when you become a PA program director. The first 3 whacks hurt, and then it goes a little numb after that. If they overdo it and go too deep, then you're like a congressman or a senator or something. But this is what we had to offer people, like forever, for thousands of years. We had this, we had bloodletting, we had leeches, we could give you stuff and make you throw up. And through all this time, people still looked up to medical practitioners. I mean, how could you look up to somebody that's doing stuff like this? And the reason I think people really appreciated medical practitioners was this. They were there for people. People in medicine were always there for people in the hard times. There were people who cared, and that's something that seems to be in short supply sometimes. Sometimes folks need something other than a fancy diagnosis or a fancy treatment. This painting was painted, it was inspired, the guy who painted it was inspired by a physician who came to his house. His son died of typhus on Christmas morning at 1 year of age. And he didn't go on TikTok and complain, and he didn't have lawsuits and malpractice. He said this doc did everything he could do, and he stayed overnight in the house and sat there and sweated and cried with us to see how things would turn out. This is stuff you can do. So, most of us are here today because we were really privileged to live a life supported with a lot of love and care. And the folks in the back of the room here that are supporting you today are a testament to that. You're going to come across a lot of people on rotations who really do not have that. So that might be a role. You have something to offer them. So when you don't remember the loop of Henle, when you don't remember the Krebs cycle, when you don't remember what dermatome goes to what nerve root, just remember, this is the stuff that you want to come back to. So day one, basically, look to see how you can play a role in making somebody's life better. You have the medical knowledge, it's there, it will grow, it will become much better, but day one, you're really looking for this. So that's all I have. We have one presentation. We have one presentation to make on behalf of our students. I'll ask Dr. Marshall to come up.
All right, so most parents don't know the affiliation of the name of Dr. Marshall and some of the slides that were displayed, and let's keep it like that, okay? Anyway, congratulations, everybody, and so nice to see everybody here, all of the parents. I have an honor to introduce the Speaker of the Year that was voted by students and is here in the house. So this person is a board-certified psychiatric physician assistant. He did complete his BA training here at Seton Hall University. He did his postgraduate training in psychiatry at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. Currently, he's employed at Hackensack Meridian Health Department of Psychiatry. And he teaches Intro to Psychiatry course in your first year of PA school and contributes to other courses. But most importantly, he spends, and you have a pleasure to be in his presence, the whole day in the FCM course, learning, training you, and you guys learning mental health topics and the management. So, just want to say that this person was already in the program when I started teaching here. And I remember him and another Rick guy was sitting in Mooney Hall, if you remember, and we were talking who wants to do what when they grow up, and he mentioned that he wanted to do psychiatry, and at the time, it was really hard to get psychiatric jobs in New Jersey, and this wasn't even that long if you think about it, but really for a PA to get a psych job was hard. There were none available, really. And he said that, so I'm thinking of doing a fellowship at Baylor University. And oh, my heart that melted at that time, because you will learn later on soon when you're in rotations that I'm a big proponent, I guess, and lover of fellowship programs. And after all that, he came back to New Jersey from Texas, and now comes back to our program to teach you guys and share his knowledge. So who do you think that is? Francisco Ramos.
I'll say a couple words, yeah. Good evening, everyone. I had to prepare a speech last minute, so, bear with me. All right. All right, so good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this recognition. To be voted FCM Guest Speaker of the Year by the students, it's truly an honor, and I'm incredibly grateful. I had a bit of a leg up on competition because I did teach your first semester psychiatry course, so I kind of grew on you. First, I would like to thank the faculty and staff of the Seton Hall Physician Assistant Program. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to teach, to stay connected to a program that shaped who I am both as a clinician and as an educator. I'm a proud graduate of the program. I graduated in 2017, and after completing my postgraduate residency in psychiatry, being able to return to Seton Hall, precept and lecture has been very meaningful to me. The culture you built, the faculty, is one of excellence, mentorship, and support is clearly reflected in the students we're celebrating here tonight. To the parents, family, friends, and loved ones here tonight, this moment belongs to you as well. You supported these students through late nights, long weekends, missed events, and moments of self-doubt. You were the encouragement behind the scenes, helping them to persevere through the demanding phase of their didactic training. I remember my wife providing me the same encouragement. I was sitting in my room, my head was down, doubting my choice to become a PA, and that was after the first day of class. I think that day I went and saw Professor McWeeny and told her I was done. Thank you for standing by your loved ones, supporting and believing in them. Trust me, I'm sure they appreciate it. And now to the students. First, thank you for voting for me. I'm truly honored. I often say the only thing I love more about being a PA and treating patients is teaching. I'm very passionate about it. My undergraduate degree was in education, so I really do have a passion for teaching. And teaching all of you has been one of the most rewarding aspects of my career. Tonight marks an important transition. Many of you might be experiencing what I call, in my psychiatric terms, an emotional ambivalence. You're feeling very excited and relieved that didactics is over, especially FCM. And you're also feeling nervous about starting rotations. That mix of emotions is normal and expected. As you move into your clinical phase, remember this: clinical rotations will be challenging. You'll have moments of uncertainty and you're going to make mistakes. Other times you'll be confident and you'll feel on your game. It's part of the process. Embrace it. What matters most is your openness to learning, your humility, and your commitment to patient care. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be present, empathetic, and willing to learn on rotations. The white coat you received today is a symbol of growth, responsibility, and trust. Patients do not make the distinction between short and long white coats. They only see a provider. Therefore, you're representing yourself, your institution, your profession, and anyone else, any other clinical provider that follows after you. So make a good impression. Be respectful. Enter every clinical rotation with an open mind regardless of the specialty. Of your preceptors, ask questions. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. And most of all, take care of yourselves during rotations. You're more prepared than you think. You belong here and you earned this moment. Thank you again to the faculty and staff for this opportunity, to the families for your unwavering support of our students, and to the students for this incredible honor. Students, wear your white coats with pride, step into your clinical training with courage, and never forget you're exactly where you're meant to be. Congratulations and thank you all.
Thank you, Francisco. He was really a groundbreaker in mental health in New Jersey. There were not a lot, maybe no PAs doing that when he started here. And since then, we've actually had a bunch of alum go to the program he graduated from. I'm kind of on a first-name basis with the program director down there. And he says, oh, are they anything like Francisco? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, they're in, send them down. So good connection for us. So we are now to the main event. What we're going to do is we're going to call you up alphabetically. Last year we did reverse of alphabetical order, to be fair. This year just regular old alphabetical order. We're going to, I may stand, and Professor Miller's mom is not feeling well, so I may stand, and she deputized me to be a DCE. But the DCEs will coat you. We'll call up groups of 3. If family members want to approach the stage and take pictures, please feel free to do so. This is your night. So please come down the aisle. We will spread out so you can take pictures of your loved one getting coated. After your coat has been applied, I'm going to ask you to stay up here on stage. And after everyone has been coated, we're going to go through the PA oath together. And then that will be it. We can take group pictures, and the night descends into chaos after that point, basically. So if you want to come over, if the faculty want to join me up here, and if you want to try and assemble yourselves in rough alphabetical order in the aisle the faculty are vacating, we'll start in just a minute. Just flip through these. I have 6, so I'll just call 3 of all.
Yep. Yep. And then we'll switch back and forth. We'll do our slide.
Yep. Keep me in line.
Yeah. Oh, wow, I didn't realize how many people were up there. Well, up top.
Goodness.
Yeah, a lot of people. That looks like Jerry. It's driving me crazy.
It does look like Jerry. Just wait for them to get themselves organized.
Yeah. Oh, are you coding? Vanessa will do Mercy. It's the very end. Oh, here. Yeah, Mercy. Right there. He's got that. She's the second, third to last. I'll call you in. Just feel free and just come over. That's the only one.
Yep. All right. We ready to put some coats on? Yeah. All right, so let's start with Anusha Ahmed. Claudia O. Watson Perez. Sophia Almeida. Sophia Alvarez. Chelsea Amarina.
Hadley Beidle.
Gina Brooks. Ari Bordulis. Forgot to move it. Michelle Chow. Brittany Caratora. Medina Causey. Gina Clementi.
Kirsten Conroy. Julia Cunningham. Deanna Darwish. Kylie Denenberg. Matthew D. Simone. Leanne Engerman.
Brielle Fabrizio. Catherine Fallon. James Glazer Jr. Gabrielle Golden. Daviana Gonzalez. Megan Grasso.
Alexander Harmon. Sobia Hassan. Megan Heinz. Adriana Hortez. Caitlin Horvath. Mariana Iliadis.
McKenna Johnson. Heather Koladik. Jennifer Lisovich. Sanjana Malhotra. Marissa Mazzara. Lila Moran.
Ashlyn Marachek. Brianna Noriega. Tatum Omler. Brianne Parag. Oh. Brianne Parag. Andrea Park. Mel Passler.
India Patel. Mohini Patel. Margot Pecuri. Nina Petrie. Nina Petrie. Gabriella Radici. Christina Rainey.
Alejandra Rodriguez. Cameron Sachs. Janisa Shaji. Ava Santarella. Let's try again. Ava Santarella. Gabriella Schnur. Elena Siegel.
Sandra Sunil. Susana Testa. Euphemia Triantafilou.
Mercy Urenia Vasquez.
Maya Vitovis. And Leah Wiss. Go to the next one.
So our last order of business for this evening is to administer the PA oath from the American Academy of Physician Assistants. So I'm going to ask one of our directors of clinical ed, Professor Walsh, to lead us through that. Oh, there you go.
Speaking up on you. All right, they don't want me to say it too loud, so you guys speak loud and proud for the oath. Start after me. I pledge to perform. Keep going. You guys read, they don't want to hear me do it. They want to hear you do it. I pledge to perform the following duties. There it is.